One of the most popular sneakers of the entire year could be an Adidas martial arts shoe. 2025 is shaping out to be one of the most interesting years in recent memory, with the introduction of new and old silhouettes. So here are my picks for the top 10 trending sneakers for 2025. I think these are all going to be huge. No diddy. First, let's talk Jordan Brand, and specifically the Air Jordan 1 Off-White sample. I kid you not, I think this is going to be the most hyped Jordan release of the entire year. It was the original unreleased prototype created by Virgil Abloh and was designed before the original Chicago colorway. This is a shoe that we only ever saw in art displays. It's super rare. Right now it's rumored for a 2025 release, and some people were speculating that it was going to be the canary yellow colorway, but now it's almost 100% certain that it's going to be the white. These are releasing in part of the 40th anniversary of Jordan Brand. How crazy is that to say? These are a must cop for me, even more so than the undefeated Air Jordan 4. Even though Air Jordan 1 hype has died a bit, I think people are going to go crazy for these. There's also a ton of OGs re-releasing that I'm super excited about, including the Air Jordan 1 Bread, the white cement Air Jordan 4, there's the Aqua 8s, which for me are a must cop, and there's the black metallic 5s as well as the Great 5s. I have the black metallic 5s and they're one of my favorite sneakers in my collection. Trust me, you should not pass on these. Overall, I think there's a really good set of Jordan retros releasing. I even just picked up the Air Jordan 9 Olives. And let's not forget more colorways of the Nike SB Jordan 5. I think there's going to be a navy and a red color coming out. And although I think the green are the best colorway, I think those reds can make a nice addition. Let me know in the comments what sneaker you are most excited about in 2025. For me, it's definitely those off-white ones. Okay, now Puma is not to be played with in 2025. I genuinely believe they are one of the best sneaker brands to buy from right now. They've really tapped into that Y2K aesthetic in a very effective way. The Speedcat is one of the hottest sneakers on the market right now, especially in sort of that fashion community. And Puma has a great supporting cast right now with the Puma Palermo, there's the Suede XL, there's the Mostro and Easy Rider models. Plus, let's not forget the Mellow basketball line, which is super fun. And that A$AP Rocky collab was great as well. I like how they actually had a little bit of storytelling and the whole racing theme as part of it as well. And as for 2025, they have this upcoming collaboration with a fashion designer named Rombout, and these shoes literally look like they're from the future. Overall, super impressed by Puma. Keep doing your thing. 5 years ago, nobody was talking about Puma, so I think that it's always great when there's another competitor in the mix. We can expect the world's biggest sneaker collaborator right now, Travis Scott, to continue to put out some great shoes in 2025. Specifically, new colorways of his brand new Air Jordan silhouettes, which I would much rather see than more earth tone colorways of the Air Jordan 1 low. No issues with the lows or the highs, but I'm just a little bit tired about it. Let me know if you feel the same. The Zoom Feel jacks seem a little bit hated on. I don't know, the first time I saw photos of these, I thought that they were great. I specifically love this mocha colorway. That beige mesh is just really hitting, to be honest. But before I pay any crazy prices for these, I definitely need to see them in hand. And I just received word that these are actually releasing at the end of 2024, but with more colorways expected next year. Then there's also the Jumpman Jack. Now, I initially did not like this shoe when it first released, but it really grew on me. That first colorway in particular, I think is the best. And this dark mocha color that's coming out very, very soon, I think is great as well. The only issue is that I've seen some of these projected colorways coming out. There's a Volt colorway, a Citrus colorway. These aren't it. There's actually a lot of rumored colorways of these, so there's a good chance that we'll see a bunch of releases next year. Another one of my favorite sneaker brands at the moment right now is On, and I'm certain you guys have seen these shoes before, whether it's just someone walking down the street, somebody in the gym, or a marathon runner. These shoes are everywhere. On makes world-class running shoes, and not only do they look great, but they're extremely comfortable as well. But the reason I want to talk to you guys about them is because they are innovating in a way that no other brand is right now. And that means Nike and Adidas. Their light spray sneaker is incredible. It's a one-piece upper that is sprayed on by a robotic arm. The entire shoe takes 3 minutes to put together. It's carbon neutral, and it's an incredible performer on the track. I'm a runner, and I cannot wait to get these. They just released to a very exclusive group of people at the New York City Marathon, and in my opinion, this shoe is just in a category of its own. And while I won't be getting any fits off in these like some of the other shoes I've mentioned in this video, I would be doing you guys a disservice if I didn't mention On for popular 2025 sneakers. They've already worked with Kith and Loewe, so they are really doing big things right now. Speaking of innovation, or lack thereof, let's talk about Nike. Some of you may know by now, but they have a new CEO, which hopefully can bring on some new and exciting things to the brand right now, other than some Nike Dunk colorways. No shade on the Dunks. This olive colorway is actually really nice. In 2024, they dropped the Air Max DN, which is honestly one of my favorite sneaker models of the entire year. Definitely my #1 most worn shoe of the year, but these just didn't hit for some reason. And in 2025, they are releasing the DN8, which just looks awful. They almost look like a Skechers ripoff off of a Nike. Luckily, they are coming through with some great retros. The Stash Air Max 95 and maybe even the Air Force One are re-releasing for the first time since 2006. There's also the PlayStation Air Force One as well, and both of these shoes are super coveted by OG collectors. Some big things happening with Nike basketball, of course. We have the more Kobe's coming out for sure, specifically the What the Kobe 8s. These ones are super nice and they're a must-cop for me. As well as the Galaxy Foamposite. Now, question for new sneakerheads, does this shoe mean anything to you? Because I was around when these first released and people were literally selling their car just to get a pair. But I have a feeling if these get a wide release, I think they could sit. Remember those Adidas martial arts shoes? Well, they're called the Adidas Taekwondo, and some people are saying that they are the next Adidas Samba. Which, hey, I know that gets tossed around often, but I'm just reporting the facts. Don't hate the play, hate the game. But it is a slim, monochromatic, easy to wear sneaker, something that just checks off every box for a popular 2024 or 2025 sneaker. And the shoe was introduced when Taekwondo first made it to the Olympics, which I think is pretty cool. There's the Adidas Evo SL, a running shoe that a lot of people have been talking about, and I think it has great lifestyle appeal. Wells Bonner is leading the collaboration charge and rarely misses. Her latest renditions are excellent. Plus, we'll see the AE2. The ones were a smash hit. I actually have them and was just hooping in them yesterday. Now, as for brands like Asics and New Balance, the rumor mill doesn't really circulate the same as some of the other brands we've mentioned, but Action Bronson just teased some new sneakers that I think are very interesting, which include both running, casual, and trail sneakers, which is something different, and I think people are craving different. Bronson is one of those guys who rarely misses. He's always keeping things interesting, especially in the colorways. And I really do think he's creeping up there to be one of the best sneaker collaborators right now. Dying to know though, what sneaker are you most excited about? So be sure to let me know in the comments.